Yeah, good morning, class. I think we are a good number to start our class today. And I welcome you all to our class today. My name is George, Mr.George Tom, and I'm your teacher today, and I'm under the faculty of Bachelor of Education, Arts and Sciences, Geography, CRE. Students, I think we learned the last class about the video conferencing, and we explained the definition. And today we are going to look on the tools used in video conferencing. So I welcome you all to today's class, and I think that we will be attentive, and we will take notes on the same. So students, welcome even as we start our class today. As I have said, we are going to look on the video conferencing tools, and as you have seen in my screen, we know the unit we are is e-learning technology in education. Prepare very well for the exam under the same unit before we start our exam. Students, we I've said that we are going to look on the video conferencing tools. We are going to see on their advantages. We're going to see on their disadvantages and their functions. On the screen, students have shared them in a number, and I think we can see them on your screen. And the first one, I think, is Google Meet. The second one is Microsoft Teams. The third one is Zoom. The fourth one is Big Blue Button. And the fifth one is Cisco WebEx Meeting. Students, those are the tools we are going to look and go through today. We understand on how the functions, we understand their functions, we understand their disadvantages, we understand their advantages, even as we go through the whole process. So students, at this moment, I think we are going to start with the Google Meet as in a chronological order as we have stated them above. Students, Google Meet is an online audio video meeting conferencing, which allows people to hold meeting or trainings online without being contact. Students understand this, it's a meeting or a training which is held online, whereby the individuals receive a link of the same so that they can join the meeting. At the moment, Google Meet hold a number of people, which is more than 100 or more than 200 people at once. So it can hold the last number during a meeting when we hold a meeting. And again, the Google Meet, it's an app which you can have it in our phones or in our computer or in our laptops when we want to use it. So students, these are apps which enable us to hold meetings or trainings online. Students, like us, we go through the advantages of Google Meet. Advantages of Google Meet. The first one is Google Meet makes online meeting effective, more so when people are far apart. Meeting face to face becomes a challenge. When meeting to face becomes a challenge, you are not able to meet face to face. You're not able to organize for a meeting face to face. You just schedule an online meeting so that all people who are far apart can meet online and discuss all our training online. The second one is Google Meet is a cheap compared to other tools since you only need an app to attend the meeting. It's only an app. When you have a Google Meet app, attending a meeting becomes a very easy thing for you to attend the meeting. Another thing, it holds a large number of people and saves on space and of meeting face to face. Remember, when you want to meet face to face, you need to schedule a meeting. You have a space, you have tents, or you have a hall for you to hold a meeting. And even you have something to refresh for refreshment, either lunch or breakfast, something, or either drinks. So saves a lot and a lot on finance or even on space. So it saves a lot when you have a Google meeting online. Another one, students, we are going, it holds large number of people and saves on space on time. I think you have looked on that. Another thing, it's cheap. The Google Meet is very cheap to have it. You just need to have an app, then you will be able to make a Google Meet meeting. So it just an app, is very cheap. Another thing, it's friendly to software, even computer. It's very friendly to our phones, friends to our computers, friendly to our laptops. So, and the moment you have storage in your phone, the moment you have the app in your phone, is very friendly to our systems or to our softwares when you want to use them. So students, I think we have gone through the disadvantages. I think, and then I think we have understood the advantages. At this moment, you're going to see on the disadvantages. Remember, everything has a disadvantage. Even if it is an advantage, there are sometimes it has some advantages. So at this moment, we're going to look on the disadvantages of Google Meet. The first one is that it depends on internet for it to function. So it is very important to have an internet when you want to hold a meeting. So you must have an internet for you to have an online meeting, because the online meeting needs a strong internet for you to have to hold a meeting. So if you have an internet bundles, Wi-Fi, let's say it's hyper. So if you have a strong one, it functions normally. Very easy to make a meeting over the same. So the second one is the audio and the video depends on the strength of the network. So if your network is weak, for you to attend that meeting is it's not very easy. So you need to have a strong internet, and it's a challenge for those who don't have a strong internet. So it is sometimes is it has a disadvantage on the same. Another thing, students, for someone to use he must go through a training. So you must go through a training. You know how to operate this computer. You know how to operate this laptop. You know how to operate this phone, because it goes as steps. Not something you can join once, but it goes through steps for you to join the meeting. So you must go through the trainings. You understand how will I type, how will you operate this system, how will I join the meeting for you to join the meeting. So students, those are the disadvantages. So now students, we're going to look on the functions of Google Meet. The first one is that sharing of a screen. For example, now I've shared my screen. So that I think now each and every one of you can see my screen. So sharing of a screen is very much easy in using Google Meet. So you can share your screen, you can share your notes, your PDF, so that those participants can see what you are training or what you are talking about during your meeting. Another thing is that video sharing. You can share your video on open space for sharing videos and seeing the screens, those who log in during the conference. So those who log in, those who are the participants during the meeting, are able to attend and to see the video. Again, it offers a place for chats. Remember, chatting. You can it's any participant can want to can request to pass a message. If he or she wants to pass a message, don't want to unmute her mic or his mic, he can use chats. So he can chat down so that the participant can see what she wants or what he wants to be heard. Again, you can record audio. You can record your audio when you want to save for the future referencing. So the meeting can be recorded for the future referencing. It offers security. So the things about security is it's coordinated or controlled by the host of the meeting. So the host of the meeting controls the meeting. So it manages the security of the participant, because not everyone can log in, not everyone can join the meeting, but the security of the meeting is also considered for the participants. Thank you students up to this moment. And now the picture on our screen is the Google Meet app. That's how it looks like. That's the picture, students. That's how it looks like on our of phones. So that's the app. That's the app, students, of Google Meet. And the second picture, students, the second picture is the picture, a screenshot of a meeting held by some participants, and the participants logged in the header meeting, and they used Google Meet. So the picture on the screen is the screenshot of the meeting, how it appeared on our phones or on our screens when we log in to our Google Meet. The first red button, students, you can see it's where you can turn off and log out of the meeting. The second one is something like a video, so you can unmute your video and share the screen. The third one is a mic, whereby you can tap the mic and unmute so that you can talk. The fourth one is something like a hand, students, something like a hand which you can raise. So you can raise your hand and say, if you want to say something, you want to comment, so that the host can give you a chance to comment. The three dots at the far end shows it's where you tap, then it will give you where you can share, you can chat, and you can comment. So that's a chatting area. I think, students, we have understood that picture. Now, students, we have looked on the Google Meet. Now I think we can go to the next tool because of time. The next tool is Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams is a managing app in organizing or even a workplace for real-time collaborating and communicating over meeting file over an app. Microsoft Teams is a messaging app in an organization or even workplace for real-time collaborating communication of meetings, file up, and sharing of the information. So we have three types of Microsoft Teams. We have class, teachers, students, learning. So this is used for training or teaching during class. The second one is staff. These are for the leaders and all for the management. And professional is the education system, education working group. So these are for the professionals. So we look on the advantages of Microsoft Teams. It's very cheap. The first one is very cheap to operating. The second one, I think, is the second one is the connector to devices and over security to the Office Microsoft. It's over security to the Office Microsoft. Another one we have it is effective customize of services in an office, and it gives real time on messaging with an history. I think you have looked on the above advantages even on the Google Meet. We can go through the disadvantages. Disadvantage is string on the Microsoft Teams. It needs a strong internet. It needs a very strong internet. Again, another thing is it needs a training for one to understand the software. I think you looked on the same disadvantages on the Google Meet on the previous tool. So how to join the meeting under Microsoft? You just sign in, go to Teams calendar, and then tap the meeting icon. After that, you tap join with a meeting ID. And then after tapping join with a meeting ID, enter a meeting ID and a passcode. Enter a meeting ID and a passcode. So another one, students, we are going to look on its functions or Microsoft. So the same functions we look on the Google Google Meet. Now on the Microsoft Teams is that streaming live event. You can stream a live events to someone to see. So another one, it enables guests to access. So if you're a guest who don't have any permit but you have a request to join, you can join through as a guest. Another thing is that video conferencing, you can share a video. Remember, you can share a video to your screen. So again, you can make channels for the where is an overload work. So when the work is bulky and you want to make it into departments, so you can make channels over the same for the management. So the next tool we are going to look about is Zoom. So we can go through the definition. Zoom is a video conferencing app which was made by the developer by Zoom Video Communicating. Zoom video meeting can hold up to 100 participants, but its time will be restricted, but within 40 minutes. So Zoom is the same tool for video conferencing, but it restricts someone for 40 minutes, for you to hold a meeting for 40 minutes. So the first, we're going to look on the advantages want to look on the advantages of Zoom. The first one is friendly to use since you only need an app to log in. So it's very friendly. If you have an app of Zoom, you can join the meeting. So meeting can be recorded for later references. You can record your meeting if you want to keep the meeting for the further referencing. Another thing, it's secure and manageable since the host can control the participant. It's very secure. The security is very strong, and so that the host can manage the meeting. Another advantage that it is cheap since you only require a network connection. So if you have a strong network connection, it's very much cheap. So another advantage, the fifth one, is accessible to all participants since they can share the screens, hence makes participants easy interactive. So you can share all what you are teaching. Go. So students, we are going again to look on its disadvantages. So it's time limit since it's for 40 minutes. Some meeting you can plan to have a meeting for a long time, but if you bypass 40 minutes, so it will remove you from the meeting. So it's time limiting. So another disadvantage is it needs strong network. It needs a strong network, all Wi-Fi, all cyber for you to operate the meeting using the app or the tool. So again, the individual needs a training, a serious one, for you to operate the app or the tool. Functions are the same as we saw on the Microsoft Teams and the Google Meet, that it's a video conferencing. You can share the video, you can share the notes, you can chat, and you can record both the video and the audio. You can record both the video and the audio. So students, its function is video conferencing. You can share the video, you can share the notes, you can chat and recording both the video and the audio. Students, on your screen, you can see some pictures. Those are the pictures of a Zoom meeting. The first one is an app. That's the picture of an app. The second one, where you can see some individuals on a screen, that's a meeting held of Zoom. This is a Zoom meeting held some times ago. And you can see the new meeting, how to join, how to the schedule, and how to share. So that's how it works. When you open the app of Zoom, you can see where you can new meeting, then join, then the schedule, then you can share your screen or your notes. I think students, we are together up to this end. Last, the another one is a big blue button, So we can see on our functions, allows participants to join the conference. It gives ready time for the audio and the video conferencing. So students, we can look on its advantages. It controls participants' data. The second one, it's that it's open source for community driven source of community driven. And again, it's a wide integrates faster adoption. So it's easy to understand how it functions. It gives room for continuous improvement and innovation. It gives room for the innovation. You innovate something suited for both small and large scale groups. So it's for both. Any group can use the app, the tool. So it's very suitable on any group. Its disadvantage, it has no recording and editing part. So here you can't record and you can't edit everything. So in this app over the big blue pattern has a limited features from other tools. So it does not have other features of other tools as we have looked on the above tools. So mobile supports, sometimes mobile does not support the tool. Sometimes mobile does not support the tool because it has is very strong to some softwares. So on your screen, student, that's the big blue button and its features. That's the big blue button on its features. So I think we can go through them. You can see them at from far, but you can go through them and see their function. Lastly, students, the last tool we are going to look about is the Cisco WebEx meeting. This is the last meeting we are going to look on, and see and understand its advantages and its disadvantages. The first thing you need to understand is that the Cisco WebEx meeting is considered to be the best meeting conference. It's the best meeting conference so that which someone can access very easily. So the first advantage is that it offers secure integration audio, video, and content sharing from the device anywhere. So it secures its participants, its videos, its content everywhere. Another one, students as features such as noise removal. So if someone there's some noise from background, you can edit the noise and make a conference audible and clear. Another advantage is that it indicates real-time translation. People inside automate meeting tasks to help you work as smarter. So it indicates the real time. So a call can be recorded. So it enables recording. Again, you can share your files on the screen. You can share your files on the screen. Students, we're going to look on the disadvantages of the same tool. The first disadvantages, as we have seen on our screen, is that non-WebEx software does not support the tool effectively. If it's not a non-WebEx software, supporting the tool is very difficult. It's very difficult to support the tool. Next, students, that menu operation is not friendly if not trained. So you need to have a very serious training for you to understand and to take the tools and to operate the tool. It's more expensive than other tool. So we say that this is the best tool to operate, but it is very much very expensive. Remember, easy to operate is very expensive when it comes to these tools. Then its function are that managing of participants is very easy. Sharing of screen, you can share the screen. You can reschedule the meeting. Then it enable participants security and file sharing. In case of any concern, enable chat. So it enables chat. I think students, we can understand that. So on our screen, students, on our screen, that's the app of a Cisco WebEx tool. That's a app of a Cisco WebEx tool. It looks like it's writing, but that's the tool. I think we can see it. Now, students, I think we can compare the tools. As you have seen, it's their disadvantages from the above, their functions, their advantages. But now, students, we have to compare both tools. We understand how they can function together, The first one, that both require a strong internet to function. So I think we have seen from the above that both tools require a network for them to function. The second one, that both are like in form of app. So they are in form of an app, so that if you don't have the app of those tools, you can't access them. Then another one, both are for online conferencing. So both tools are used for the online conferencing. Both must be started by one host. So both tools must have a host for them to operate. So if there is no host, the meeting cannot start. So both tools need a host for someone to start the meeting. The second last but not least is that both has video and audio conferencing button. So both has a video and audio conferencing button. And lastly, students, both work in a smartphone and computers or even on laptops. So if you have a smartphone, you have a computer, you have a laptop, operating these tools is very easy. And if we have a training, I think those are some of the comparison of students of the above tools we have looked on. I think, student, that's the end of our class for today. And I think we have learned something. And I request that you go through all the tools. I'll share the notes before today, the end of today. So make sure you download the notes and read and make short notes, even as we plan to understand. So students, that's the end of our class. I'll take the attendance after class, and make sure that you do the discussion put in the discussion forum for today. So students, make sure you go through all the procedures during class, and make sure you understand the notes of today's class. So students, that's the end of our class. I wish you all the best, and even as we plan to meet next week, keep yourself safe. Make sure you are safe, even in school, and let's make sure you prepare for the exam coming the end of the semester. Have a nice day, students. We meet next time, and take care.